Good afternoon, Maura.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Awesome. Uh, so you are a massage therapist.
Yep.
Okay. And how long have you been a massage therapist?
25 years.
Okay. And as a massage therapist, you do what?
I massage people. I do medical massage. I do relaxation massage.
Okay. Last time I had talked to you, you were talking about like touch therapy and stuff like that. And
Well, massage can be good physically and emotionally and mentally.
okay,
So there's different levels to massage.
gotcha, gotcha. Uh, is that the only field you've worked, or in healthcare, or?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Uh, as a massage therapist, what kind of positive things do you take away from it yourself?
Well, I help people so they can move easier and
Mm-hmm.
get along every day easier. And sometimes I help people get through mental health situations.
Okay, okay. Do you ever come across people that are actually going through, say, a mental health crisis, and you're able to help them get through that immediately that day, or is it one of those build up, over time?
Um, Depends on the situation.
Okay,
I mean, if someone had a death, they're not going to get over it that day. It's going to help them
absolutely.
relax, help them sleep, help them cope a little better.
Okay,
Somebody that lives with depression, things like that, they don't, they don't want to get out of bed, they don't want to move. There's definitely physical things that come of that that help.
gotcha. We were talking the other day, and you had mentioned about the difference between a massage therapist and a masseuse. And that kind of struck me. Go into that a little bit.
So you should never call your licensed massage therapist a masseuse.
Okay.
People do, and I don't get offended by it. But in reality, a massage therapist is someone who is legitimately doing massage services, and a masseuse is someone who is not legitimately doing massage services.
Gotcha. The professionality is different. Okay. Okay. And of your clients that you have, what kind of interactions do you usually have, as in the positive interactions that you have with your clients?
Well, I work in a chiropractic office, so I see my patients 2, 3 times a week sometimes,
Okay.
and so I do become close to them, um, and but like I'm not a dentist. People don't dread coming to get their session. They want to come, and the more somebody knows you, and the more that they see you, the more comfortable they get with you. So not only are they feeling better physically, they're usually feeling better mentally also.
Okay, I've never had a massage, whether from masseuse or massage therapist. So when I heard that from you, it was really uh, uh, interesting to me that there was such a difference between the actual profession and just your everyday masseuse. Uh, do you have any specific instances of where you took away something positive from the person that you were giving therapy to?
So, when I went to massage school, we learned lots of different things. We learned trigger points and massage, and there's a skill called Reiki, which is energy work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nope, I don't want to know anything about energy, witchcrafty to me. I don't want to know anything about it. Probably 15 years ago, I met this man at a spa I worked at, and he was there. They gave him to me. They were like, hey, she's the best one we got. Gave me no warning, but apparently his wife had a bad experience
Mm-hmm.
with massage before, so they gave him to me.
Gotcha.
I massaged him that day. The spa was closing. I massaged him that day, just like I massaged anyone else, and he left. And I escorted him back to the changing room. And when he was checking out, he asked to see me again. So I went up there, and he was like, "Can you come to my house and give me my massages there because the business is closed?"
Mm.
I said, "Sure," because I'm losing my job, you know. So I went to his house. It was beautiful. He's a doctor. It was beautiful. It was huge. I was in his bedroom, but his bedroom had a sitting room in with it, with recliners and TV and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, Upper level, overlooking the lake. It was just beautiful. So I give him a massage, and afterwards I'm like, "Why do I feel this good?" And I didn't know why I felt that good, and I didn't know for a long time. So I would joke. I would see him every Sunday morning, and I would joke and tell my family I'm going to my Sunday morning retreat because I felt better leaving there than when I started. So eventually, I got another job, and I couldn't go see him on Sundays all the time. So I told him it would be more sporadic. He understood, and one day he called the place that I worked, and he asked if he could come there, and I'm like, "Sure," you know. So he would come there, and he told me, he said, "I will follow you wherever you go." I'm like, "Okay, perfect." So he told me that night he is a psychiatrist, and he couldn't be any more opposite of me.
Oh, okay.
He's not someone I'm attracted to, so just like when I tell you the story, it's not about that.
Mm.
And he's an older gentleman. But I told him, he said, "I want to ask you an honest question. What do you think about when you're massaging?" My honest answer is, "Where's my kid? Am I supposed to pick her up? What am I making for supper?" You know, like just normal things. So he said, "Oh, you can do all that without focusing." I didn't know what he was talking about. And so he does have tattoos. He actually has the Reiki symbols on him, and he's a Reiki master. And so then he began to tell me how he feels after he gets a massage from me. And he's like, "I can't believe you can do that without focusing." Well, I'm not, because I don't get into that energy work. But then I became a believer real fast because then I told him how I feel
Right.
after giving him a massage. And so he's not focusing on me, and I swear he's my energy soulmate. But I still see him to this day here and there, but we're both really busy. But he, I don't know, I feel amazing after his massages. It feels like, it's really hard to explain. I feel like a noodle.
Okay.
Instead of, stiff all the time and, tight from working, I just feel so relaxed.
Yeah, I was going to say, so it's relaxing for you to give the massage as well. And that's, I guess you're taking that energy from those people as well.
Well, just today we were doing a couples massage, and as we were finishing and we were working on the neck, I was just tanking. And the other therapist could tell him. She's like, "Girl, you got to learn how to ground that energy." But energy work is not something I've ever been, I don't know. I don't know if it's like my Catholic upbringing, and it's just kind of witchcrafty to me. However, I can't deny that it's there.
Okay.
So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't focus. I don't do anything on purpose. But I have had it done to me, and it's pretty amazing. But
awesome. That's fantastic. Like, that's, absolutely, what I would picture a massage therapist doing, like do you do the stone work and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen those, but I've never, experienced it myself. Um, Now, on the other side, is there any negatives you've ever taken away from not the clients in particular, but just working the job, your everyday ins and outs? You ever have any negative instances happen?
well, I mean, everybody, massage therapy is hard on your body. It's hard. Your hands hurt a little bit, not too bad, but it's your neck and your legs because you're just constantly. Listen, when you see your massage therapist and you think it's all your hands, it's not our hands. We're using our body. We're dancing around the table. We look pretty silly, but
Contortionist.
No, but we do. Like we don't just, "Oh, I'm gonna rub this muscle." We rub this muscle.
Okay.
Like things like that. But I mean, other than like physically, it's hard. Massage therapy is misconstrued. That's why there's a difference between massage therapist and masseuse. So there's a lot of, negatives of people that think you might do something extra, but for the most part, that doesn't really happen. They know where to go and not go. I mean, I work in like a medical setting. I don't have too many issues with that.
When you get done giving massage, do you ever feel like needing a massage yourself?
Well, you'll think this is crazy, but let's say you come to me and you're like, hey, my right shoulder's killing me, and I will dig that out, and I'll be like, oh man, almost like the Green Mile.
Okay,
where
it's
he
almost like
takes on their
transfer.
face, like,
Oh wow.
it'll kind of be like, oh, for a while, and then it fades away, but it can happen.
I can see that absolutely. Um, does working in the as a massage therapist, does it affect your mental health in the positive and the negative on occasion?
Oh, always on the positive.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Like how, what kind of positivity you take away? Like, in the evening when you go home, you were saying earlier, you sleep pretty well. So like,
Well, I mean, you feel good at the end of the day because you made a lot of people feel better. But,
okay, yeah.
I mean, we work with a lot of veterans. And we have a lot of veterans that so we work on veterans who have shrapnel still in them, and we have veterans that have been harmed in active duty.
Absolutely.
But then we have a lot of PTSD, things like that. So
gotcha.
In the end, it's almost always a good day. You're tired and you've worked hard, but it's a good day.
Okay. Are there any immediate things that come to mind about making the way you can make people react to you when you're giving someone a massage? Like, do people give you positive feedback about their massages whenever they get done?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But so when you start a massage, can I touch you?
Yeah, by all means.
So you've never had a massage. So when a massage therapist comes in the room, we'll be like, "How you feeling?" So it's kind of like when you meet a new dog, and you're like,
okay.
Like, hello. Before we dig into you, we stop and we're like, we make a connection with you.
Check that energy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes and no.
Okay.
I deflect it, but it's almost like here we are, and now we're gonna start.
Okay.
So that we don't just come in there and just start digging on you or whatever, but we say hello first.
Gotcha.
With our hands.
Gotcha. And now I'm assuming that when you are working with someone, these people are just in my mind. I'm picturing someone laying on a table with a towel over them.
No.
Okay.
No. Not in the, so you have to be draped in the state of Illinois. So when you come in, you are you're laying on a sheet, you're under a sheet or a sheet and a blanket.
Okay.
When we do your back, we uncover your back, we cover it back up. When we do a leg, we uncover your leg, we cover it back up. We only expose what we're working on at that time.
Gotcha, okay.
Never will you be exposed in the front.
Okay, so everybody is face down.
Well, you are face down, and then you flip over to the front, but you're covered the entire time. We do legs, arms, and neck.
Gotcha, okay.
Now, if somebody needed abdominal work, we make, towels and stuff like that for that. But,
gotcha. Like I was saying, a lot of time, when you're giving me these images in my mind, this is the first time I've ever experienced even talking about massage therapy itself, and it's a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
So when I first started doing massage in 2000, Illinois was not a licensure state, so anybody could just open shop. But I went to CAPE and got trained in CAPE or whatever. I didn't have any rules in Illinois, so people would push that limit a lot. So making us have you drape, I guess it makes me feel better because I'm like, no, you have to be covered. Like, it's not my choice, it's the rule.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that helps with that situation where people are like, oh, I don't need to be covered, and here I'm 21 and I'm like, well, I do, but now I'm 47 and I wouldn't put up with it. But back then, I didn't have rules, and now I have rules. So as of 2006, so you have to be covered.
Does you feel safer with those rules, or just more comfortable having them, or?
Well, there's a big difference between 21-year-old me and 47-year-old me. But 21-year-old me, I'd be like, oh my God, what do I do? Where now, even if I was 21, I'd be like, no, this is the rules. You have, it's not my choice. It's the rules.
Okay.
So it's like they have our back, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I could imagine, like that probably was those were set up because people were probably skirting the rules a bit as well. Have you had any instances where you felt uncomfortable during a massage session?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that at least, or without going into any specifics?
So I'll say this: if you, so I have had people that think I'm going to do other things. So my answer is, if you want to know if your massage therapist is going to do happy ending, just ask her. Because you're going to spend her less asking her than put a move on her.
Okay.
But what I deal with more so now is touching my leg as I walk by the table, or don't touch your therapist.
Right,
So,
right. You kind of, you would think that kind of, is one of those unspoken rules, but I would imagine there are people that try to take advantage of that situation.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever had to ban anyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just going to ask if is that something you can give us a little bit more insight on without going into specifics, or is it just you want to just end it there at that?
Well, I'll just say, if you expose yourself to me, you're not getting back on my table.
Okay. Okay.
So, and that's what happens.
Enough said.
And it'll, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, we know if you meant to do it or not meant to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is this the only, or is the current company you've worked for doing massage therapy? Is that the only company you've ever worked for, or
No.
you've worked for?
I've worked in both medical and spa settings.
Oh, okay.
2 spas, 2 medical settings.
Gotcha. Is there much of a difference between the way those companies, the spa setting as opposed to the medical setting? Is there much difference?
Oh yeah, very different. When we work in our clinic, we work usually every 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's back to back to back to back to back to back all day.
Okay.
Some people, they come in the clinic, they come in and we say, what we're working on today. We pretty much probably have seen them, a few times, so we usually know. We work under the doctor. The doctor tells us, what we're focusing on, whatever. She keeps all the notes, and we're doing deep tissue. We're doing before surgery, after surgery, trying to keep people away from surgery, things like that. In the spa setting, it's definitely more, people get deep tissue, but it's sporadic. People don't usually come there once a week. Some people do, but it's usually just people coming for a luxury.
Okay.
To relax,
okay.
Just to treat. Where the clinic is so that they can function.
Absolutely, absolutely. The more you talk about it, the more I'm thinking, yeah, my back could use some. Have you ever had anyone, say, verbally abuse you during, or whether it be them or their families, say something negative to you in your job? Okay, okay. That's absolutely fantastic. It's one of those questions that, I ask everybody who works in the healthcare field because it's such a prominent problem, in healthcare. But, I could absolutely see that because, you would definitely be one of those positive takeaway people whenever you go to see, a massage therapist. I would imagine, you're going to leave feeling better than you were when you showed up. Just from the interaction.
Well, you can, yes, but then you can really not like me the next day because you could be really sore, like you did a really big workout, but then usually the day after that you like us again.
Yeah, I could see that too, but that's also one of those, that's a good sore,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a good hurt and a bad hurt.
Absolutely. You were talking about, like the pains you take away from, from the job and stuff, has there ever been a time where you worked something so hard where you were debilitated afterward? You know, like, you know, shoulder was locked up or something like that, or?
No, not from that, but I have had clients or patients fall,
Oh.
and then I help them up, or I have to help them turn on the table, and we're not trained in lifting, so I feel that the next day almost always.
You ever suffer any headaches or anything from it, or?
I get headaches because I look down all the time when I work.
Oh, okay.
So I get headaches all the time, yeah.
Gotcha.
And we're supposed to look at the corner of the ceiling, but nobody,
Okay.
I mean, we're looking down working.
Gotcha.
So we have to like really remember to stretch and keep our bodies moving.
Interesting.
Um,
Anything you would like to do in the future with your massage therapy?
no, I'm pretty tight booked. I just, everywhere I'm at is booked solid, so
Gotcha.
I'm in a good spot. I will say that it is good for everyone, and everybody should experience. There are people that don't like it. My husband's one of them, thank goodness.
Okay.
But it's not for everybody, but it's for most people.
Well, another question. Have you ever had anybody, that's a good one, have you ever had anybody, you know, you started massaging and then they just were like, okay, I can't do this?
No, but I have had one person who got extremely sick the next day.
Oh.
And so he was like, I'm never getting a massage again. Because when you're getting a massage, we're pushing the toxins out from around your muscles and they go into your system. That's why it's so important to drink water afterwards to flush all that out. Sometimes, every once in a while, and I have had like 2 people in 25 years that physically couldn't move the next day, not even getting a deep tissue. So there are some people that it's just not a good experience for, no matter how you do it. So,
That's interesting. Wow. Okay, well, Maura, I appreciate you coming on, doing this show with us, and look forward to seeing you again in the near future.
thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot.